All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What's going on, everyone? This is Nate the Great coming to you live from All Sports All Plays Network. This is the MLB Pregame show brought to you by Nate the Great and Brandon Herrera. We had our stuff last week, and which we'll get to that later on. And then we also have today's games to cover. And then towards the end of the show, there's something that I found that was I literally found this on the site. Well, actually, my dad did. My dad found on the side of the curve, which relates towards Pete Rose.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It relates towards Pete Rose, which that I will share towards the end of the show.
Okay.
So let's get right into it. The first matchup of tonight is Diamondbacks versus the Nationals.
You got to change that. Just breaking news right now. Strasburg is not starting. He just got put on the IR.
Okay, so who is?
I just had it up here. Hold on a second. Yeah, because I thought Strasburg was starting too, and I just saw. I'm like, what? He's on the IR. So they are going to start in place Pablo Espin, Espino. So
okay.
he gets a start today.
So writing this down real quick, who do you have taking the game?
Well, with the last minute change there, I kind of had it up in the air. Could have went both ways. Strasburg's pretty decent. I know he's had some injury issues, but when he's on, he's on. But I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks behind Bumgarner there. He can pitch, he can hit. He can almost do anything he wants, really. So for this game, I will take. I'll take the Arizona Diamondbacks.
All right, so for this matchup, I think that even if they put in, even if Steven Strasburg was the guy starting, which I'm not going to say this because we're live in the middle of the show, so it's too late now. Even though the Nationals are taking the league, I gotta give it to Madison Bumgarner and the Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna tie this up. So I'm gonna agree with you on this. And I'm putting my name down for the Diamondbacks. So let's go on to the second game of the night. The Cardinals versus the Philadelphia Phillies. The series is tied at 1-1. Who do you have winning this one?
I gotta go with the Cardinals. I think they're a veteran team. They're in it to win it. I mean, all the teams are in it to win it this year, but there's just something with the Cardinals this year that, kind of makes me want to watch them more. They brought back some key pieces they've had over the years, so I think they got something big planned for this year. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
All right. So for me, Phillies, I know that everybody's been saying that East is very, very competitive this year, but the Phillies, even though I'm one of those people that have been saying that, it even shocked me how they've been doing lately. Let's see, the Phillies right now, looking at their record real quick.
They're both 7-7.
They're both 7. Yeah, they're 7-7. I gotta disagree with this. I'm gonna go with Phillies.
Okay.
So Cardinals for Brandon. And for me, I'm going with Phillies. All right. So for the third matchup of tonight, that would be the Rays and the Yankees. Now, Yankees have been a surprising team for me in a bad way. The Rays lead the series 2-0, and they lead all the games that they played this season. They're up 4-1. If this was playoffs, the Rays would move on. Yankees would be out, but it's not. So, I'm gonna go first. I'm taking the Rays. I think they're gonna close it out and win it. I think it's gonna be a sweep unless they play tomorrow.
No, I don't think they play tomorrow. Who'd you say, the Rays?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get Garrett Cole's playing,
Yeah.
but I'm still going with the Rays.
Yeah. Well, I hate to do it, but I'm going to go with the Yankees. Just saw a report too that today might be a little emotional down there. That Jay Bruce is going to announce his retirement after the game. So,
Ooh.
yeah. So I guess it was something that's been talked about between him and the coach for a while. So he's going to come out today and announce his retirement after the game. So it might be a little emotional down there for New York. Cole, is hard to bet against them, even though the Yankees are on a 4-game losing streak right now. But I just look at that lineup, and I just have a hard time betting against them, even though they are struggling right now.
Whoops.
I mean, they could turn it on at any time right now. So I'll go with the Yankees.
Okay. I flipped it by accident, so I wrote you down for the Rays.
Oh,
So I'm fixing it real quick.
oh, that's okay.
Now the next series actually is a double header. So I'm gonna have this one. So do you think that this is going to be a sweep for today for any team, or do you think this will be a split?
You know what? Boss is on fire lately. I think they 9 out of 10 games recently. I think it was maybe 8, but they're definitely on fire right now. So
Yeah.
So they're home. I got to go.
Outside of the Orioles sweep, I think their only loss was to you guys.
Yep. Yeah, they only lost to the Twins. So in the last 10 games. So yeah, they started off 3 losses, and they've just been on a tear recently. So I see a sweep. They only play 7 innings both games, which is another thing I don't like about doubleheaders and how the baseball's going right now. So I know White Sox haven't decided who they're going to pitch in game 2, but yeah, right now I gotta stay with the Red Sox. They're on fire right now. So
right.
everybody's hitting. So
writing this down real quick that you have a sweep for today for the Red Sox.
yep.
Right. So, to be honest with you, a lot of games in the past, not often you're more likely to see a split than a double hitter. So I'm actually going to go with the split.
Okay.
I think Chicago. I'm not going to write this next part down. But I think Chicago's going to win the first game. Boston's going to win the second.
Okay.
So for me, so just for me writing this down, that would be Nate split. Next matchup is Indians versus Reds. Shane Bieber versus Wade Miley. The Reds currently lead 2-0. Reds currently lead the series 2-0. They've been on fire. Like, I know they traded Trevor. I mean, I don't know they got rid of Trevor Bauer, but even then, letting go of Trevor Bauer, even though that for me hurts the team, it's still their team is better. Their team is better this year than last year. So I mean, I know it's early, still. I just got to do it. Reds for me.
Yeah, I'm going with the Reds too. Miley's just been lights out right now in his 2 or 3 starts he's had. I don't see anything changing right now with him. I think he's going to stay hot. Reds are 7-1 at home. Indians are 3-6 on the road. So yeah, let's keep that Central down there. Let's have another loss for the Central team. So let's go with the Reds.
All right, so the next matchup is the Giants versus the Marlins. Alex Wood versus Pablo Lopez. Miami is up 2-0. This Miami team, even though it's not been Cincinnati Reds lately, they're still on fire. Even when beating a Atlanta Braves team 14-6. To me personally, I think that's a revenge of what happened last year when Atlanta beat them 29-9.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah, that happened last year. So I think that 14-6 game was a revenge game for me. But going back on topic here, I'm gonna go with the Giants on this. I think that they're going to take the season closer. Not season closer, series closer. Yeah. So I have Giants taking this.
Yeah, it could be a tough call. Could be a good matchup. God, it's almost like flipping a coin right now. I think nobody really stuck out. No, I'll go with the Giants. I think Wood's making his first start today, first appearance in a ball game. So, yeah, let's go with the Giants.
Okay. So Giants for me and Giants for you. Number 7. Number 7, that is the Pirates and the Brewers. Chad Cole versus Freddie Peralta. The series is tied at 1-1. I don't trust either one of these two teams. I know it is early, but I don't trust either one of these two matchups. Either these two teams playing. I feel like the Pittsburgh, even though they're doing a lot better than I thought they were, being at 6-9. And I don't trust either team. Brewers are at 8-6, so they're both doing better, but it's still pretty early to make a judgment on it. I am going. I'm going with Pittsburgh though.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, I mean, both teams are starting off better. Ooh. Excuse me, better than they were projected in some eyes. I mean, Pittsburgh was supposed to be one of the worst teams in baseball, and I mean they're hanging around right now. But like you said, it's early. I'm going to go with the hometown team. I'm going to go with the Brewers.
Okay. The next matchup of the day would be hold on, let me change this slide. That would Blue Jays and Royals. I wanted to skip that one for some whatever reason. Royals are up 2-1. Now the Blue Jays are a team that is a little concerning. I know we talked a little bit about this on Tuesday. They're supposed to be a good team. They're supposed to be like an up-and-going team, a team that did better. It's supposed to be doing better. However, that's not what's going on. They're starting to start off on a slow pace. For that reason and that reason only, I'm taking the Royals on this.
Yeah, both teams are pretty young. Both teams are starting out different ways than we would have projected at the beginning of the year. I mean, Blue Jays still one game under 500 is not that bad. Royals a couple games over 500, pretty good. Blue Jays are, dampered with some guys day to day. So, but again, I'm going to go with the Blue Jays. I just like them. I think they're young and hungry. And once things start clicking for the Blue Jays, I think sky's the limit for that team.
All right, so the next matchup of the day is Baltimore Orioles versus the Texas Rangers. So there's a stat that wants me to go against this team, against Texas for this. Wants me to pick Baltimore.
Okay.
But there's also a stat that wants me to pick Texas as well. Baltimore does really well in away games.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 losses so far this season in away games. However, Texas has only lost 1 time in series closers. When closing out this series, they have only lost 1 game.
Okay.
And that was against the Padres. I know it's Kyle Gibson here. You know what? Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 2.
1.
Okay, I go in Baltimore.
All right. Got old Alexa's on the ballot. All right. For me, yeah, it's a tough series. I mean, if it could end in a tie, I think that would probably be how it would end. But baseball can't end in ties as of right now until they decide to change something. Who knows down the road. I'm gonna go. Home teams are normally strong. I mean, Texas playing in front of some fans, so I'll go with the Rangers.
Ooh, okay. All right, so number 10, that would be Mets versus Rockies. Now, this particular team, this is a home game, and they're stronger at home than they are away, rather than the Rockies here. Looking at their stats, they have not won a single game away. They have not won a single game away. So I'm going. They split the series, but I think the Mets are a stronger team at this point, so I'm going with the Mets.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. Stroman, you can't bet against him. The Mets, the team is starting to show some life here, like they're supposed to. I don't have the projected lineups right now, but yeah, I got to go with the Mets. I mean, we've said at the beginning of the year, a lot of people are talking the Rockies are another team that's supposed to be faltering, and they are. I mean, 4-11, like you said, they haven't won a road game. Now, do I think they're going to go 0-81 on the road? Probably not. But would it surprise me? Probably not. So, but yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go with the Mets.
I will say this though: this game is not a road game, and that still does not change my decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up is Houston versus Seattle.
All right.
Jake Odorizzi versus Nick Marvelicious. Series is tied at 1-1. Now, Houston has been a surprising team, and so has Seattle, but in opposite directions. Seattle, I'm going with Seattle because I think that they've been on a roll. I know the series is tied at 1-1. But I think they've been on a roll, so I'm going with Seattle over Houston.
Okay, so yeah, both teams are doing a little bit. I mean, Houston for me, I figured was going to be hovering around 500. I didn't think they were going to be much of a team. I mean, maybe fighting for a playoff spot late. Seattle, on the other hand, yeah, with the census and didn't think they were going to be the great. I didn't expect them to be 9-6 right now. So, but maybe I mean, I'm going to go with Seattle. I mean, maybe the pitcher for them, Marvelicious, has a great game and has a marvelous game.
All right,
and it's delicious. I don't know.
All right. So Brandon and Nate. All right. So the next game is Detroit versus Oakland. It's Matt Boyd versus Chris Bassett. Oakland is on top 3-0. Detroit has not won a single matchup in this one. Oakland's been on fire. Well, who thought they weren't going to be on fire?
Yeah.
I gotta go. I think they're going to take it. It's 4 games. I think they're going to take it.
Yeah, there ain't much to say about this one. I trying to make a case for Detroit. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. They're not playing in the snow. They seem like they play better when this in the snow, I guess.
That's true. They play how many snow games?
Yeah. So I gotta go with Oakland. It might be a little bit of homer in me wanting to see the Central all lose since the Twins aren't playing today or yesterday. So, but I gotta go with the Oakland A's.
I mean, part of me did want. I want to see Detroit win because I root for 2 different teams in that division. So, but at the same time, I don't think Oakland is going to lose this matchup. Yeah. So, The next, is that the last matchup? No,
Well, we got a
Atlanta
couple
versus
more left.
Dodgers versus Padres is next, and so Dodgers have been exactly how we thought they were going to be. This is actually the first matchup in this series is the first time this season that there has been an extra innings game longer than 10 innings.
Okay.
It went to 12.
Ooh.
Yeah, it went to
No,
12.
no one can take advantage of that extra runner on second, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, not only did it went to 12, it was 6-6. It was 6-6 when it was 9 at the ninth inning, end of the ninth. At the end of the 12th, something happened. The Dodgers ended up taking the game 11-6. They scored 5 runs in that 12th inning.
Yeah. So yeah, looking at it, it looks like Seagard homered, which brought in 2, and then the hit parade started, and they scored a few more.
All right.
So, but actually, I want to talk about last night's game between these two teams.
I did not see last night's.
Oh my God! Yeah, it was a pitcher's duel like we thought it was going to be. I mean, Kershaw versus Darvish. It was a 2-0 game. Both teams only had 3 hits. Let me just pull up some stats here. Kershaw, he went 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 8 strikeouts. Darvish, on the other hand, I believe, went 7 innings, gave up a run, had 9 strikeouts. So, and one of the runs that the Dodgers scored was on a walk by Kershaw, got a walk with the bases loaded. So they were afraid to pitch to Kershaw with the bases loaded, thought he could hit, so they walked him. But today's game, I mean, another great matchup like we were projected. Trevor Bauer versus Snell. God, it's going to be tough to pick one. I mean, Dodgers have won both games so far, like you said, an extra inning game, and then yesterday. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Padres today. I think the Padres are gonna squeak one out here, so they don't get swept by them at home. Padres are at home too, so and Dodgers are 7-2 on the road, but I'm gonna go with Snell. I'm gonna go with Snell and the Padres.
All right, so I think this is the last matchup of the day, but it's the Atlanta Braves. They play against the Chicago Cubs. Bryce Wilson versus Kyle Hendricks. The series is tied at 1-1. Atlanta has been a team that has been dealing with constant injuries. That's been hurting this team so far this season.
Yeah.
However, and this is coming from a guy that's on the network. He said that he'd rather have the injuries on this roster now, as long as it's not season-ending injuries, and have it later on in the season. Later on, like in mid-season or late end of the Atlanta Braves season for this year. So he'd rather have it now than have it like end of the year. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, you want to get all the injury bugs out early, and then start hitting your groove. You don't want to be hitting your groove now and then have injuries. And I want to say it was the Yankees a few years ago that was coasting pretty much all year, and then all of a sudden had the injury bug and missed the playoffs. Good for them though. But no, it's true. You want to get all of the kinks and injuries out of the way now. I mean, injuries are going to happen down the road, but if you're going to lose multi-players now compared to later in the season, you want to do it now. So, and the Braves, recently just called up a guy that's been in the minor leagues pretty much since 2008. He had a
Yeah.
little sprint, and then they called him up the other day. So that's good for him. It just shows you that just because you're in the minors, you get that one look, earlier in your
Didn't he hit
career.
home runs as well? Didn't he hit a home run?
That's what I was trying to find out here. I was trying to look to see if I can
I
get a
know.
stat on him. I
I
know
know.
I saw one highlight and he grounded out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Was it this game? But I mean, it just shows you that no matter how old you are, or just because you got one look early in your career doesn't mean you're not going to get another look. So I do not see. No, I don't see that he got a home run or a hit. So, there he is. No, he's only had one at bat so far. So,
Oh, okay.
good,
Okay.
good for Casimir, I think is his name, or how to pronounce it. So,
yeah. As for me, I don't think I said my pick. Did I say Atlanta?
no, I don't think you
No,
did.
no, I
I
haven't said my
really.
pick. No, I'm going with Chicago because of the injury bug that Atlanta's been having.
Okay.
Versus Cubs.
Yeah, for me, another tough one. Braves are, looking like they're showing light, and this is going to be on ESPN, so it's a game of the week, kind of. I think the Dodgers Padres
There's
is the
two
game.
games. There's two games that will be on ESPN today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they usually do a double dip. So
this game and the Tampa Bay game.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Braves. I think they're gonna keep showing, their true colors.
Okay. You're going with the Atlanta Braves. So
Yep.
Brandon. All right. Now, here's the part of the segment where we review last week's picks. So
Okay.
last week's picks, and that is the first up. We got to go with Orioles versus the Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
So Nick Pivetta versus George Lopez. Boston leads the series 3-2. Winner is 14-9. We both picked the Orioles, so the score is 0-0.
Yep.
Next up is Cubs versus Pirates. The Pirates for Brandon and Cubs for me. So you get the point.
Yep.
It's Brandon 1-0. Next up is Angels versus Blue Jays. That game got postponed, so skip. So pass.
Yep.
Tigers versus Indians. Tigers win 3-2. And I went for the Indians. You went for the Tigers, so you're actually up 2-0.
Hold on. Go back to that game because I'm showing here. Indians won 5-2.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless there was a doubleheader. Yeah, I'm showing Indians last Sunday won 5-2.
You're right. It is 5-2.
Okay.
So I get the point. So it's 2-1.
All right.
No, it's 1-1. Yeah, it's 1-1.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, but the next matchup right after this is Marlins versus Mets. That game got suspended, so pass.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it weather related that got suspended? It was weird that it started and then all of a sudden.
It was weather. I think that game was because of weather, and I think the Angels game was because of COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Because Stroman got upset that the game got postponed or suspended after it started. That's right. He was unhappy. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yankees versus Braves. So that matchup, we both picked Tampa to win this one. So that does not that we're moving on. Royals versus White Sox. Kansas City wins this one. And that's another move on because we both picked Chicago.
Yep. Yeah, just like Chicago, pick them and they lose, and you go against them
Yeah.
and they win. So
Mariners versus Twins. So for that
yeah,
one,
we're not
we
talking
both
about this
picked
game.
Twins, and then we both were wrong.
Yeah, just like the Twins,
Brewers versus Cardinals. Brewers win 9-3. So that one is a split.
Okay.
You get the point, Brandon, and so you're up 2-1.
All right.
Rangers versus Padres is next, and we both picked Texas to win this. And Padres won this 2-0.
Man, I must have been on something that night. Jesus.
That was the only time. That was the only time, the only season closer where the Rangers lost.
Yeah. On a couple home runs, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Rockies versus Giants. We both picked the Rockies to win, but that was we were wrong.
Yeah.
Reds versus Diamondbacks. And we both picked the Reds to win.
Okay.
So it's now 3-2. Nationals versus Dodgers. No, hold on. I'm sorry. We both get the point for the Giants game. I just read it wrong. I read it wrong. So it's not 3-2, it's 4-3.
Okay.
Nationals versus Dodgers. We both picked the Nationals to win, and we were wrong. It's 3-0.
Yep.
And then the last matchup is Phillies versus Braves, which Phillies win this one 4-6. So you actually won this game last week because it was 5-3 is the final.
Okay.
Final 3 as last week's points.
Okay.
All right, so I did not get a chance to write down the other stuff that we played. So
we could.
Well, actually, I did write it down, but I didn't get a chance to look at it. Is what I'm trying to say. So
okay, well, let's recap. Let's recap it then. Let's.
Okay.
So, who was your hitter that you picked for either one, American or National League? Because I know who I picked in the American League.
I think I picked.
Oh, you didn't write? You don't have it?
I didn't write that part down. I didn't write that part down. I didn't pick, which was a hitter or.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to go back and recap it. Look at our.
I did write the names, but I did not write the AL.
Oh, what? Okay, so what hitter did you pick? You tell me one of your hitters.
Okay, so I picked Mike Trout.
Okay, so Anaheim. So that game got postponed. So you got no points for that game.
Yeah.
So I picked Byron Buxton, who I know hit a home run. So I'm up 2. Buxton had 4 RBIs, so there's another 4 points, and he had a couple hits. So let's see, 3 hits with the home run. So looking at about 10 points for Buxton, it looks like, maybe 7 with a couple outs here. Who did you have? Who another hitter did you have?
Clayton Kershaw.
Well, that was the pitcher for the Dodgers.
So that's who I had as a pitcher, but that's
Yep. So and he had a heck of a game, I believe. Yeah, Kershaw had no runs, 6 Ks, 6 innings, so you got 12 points there for him. No walks, so it was good. So you got 12 points there. So you're up a couple points on me so far. So who's your other guy?
I wrote 3 other guys, but I think I put it on my column, even though it was for you.
Okay,
I had Jordan.
Jordan. I had the pitcher for Baltimore, right? Lopez.
Yeah, you had Lopez.
Yeah, he got crushed.
So
So you're so right. So Jordan, do you know the team?
no, I don't.
I'm trying to think. Okay, who's your other hitter or other name?
So I had either Montgomery or Belts, but one of those I accidentally put on my column, and it was supposed to be for you.
Okay, yeah, I can't. Yeah, we'll have to go back and watch. But
Okay.
so far, right now, you look like you're leading, even though that you had one guy out, and I had both of my guys in so far. So,
All right,
fans,
so
tune in next week, and we'll definitely have an updated stats on that side.
Yeah.
Sorry for the lack of organization by us. So, Nate, going into today's games, again, one hitter from each league, one pitcher from each league. You go ahead and start. You pick whoever you want.
all right, so for my hitter, I'm probably gonna go. Probably gonna go Nolan Arenado for the Cardinals.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to go with the hot hand right now, and maybe might jinx them. But I'm going to go with Acuna Jr. from the Braves.
Nolan Arenado. So actually, what would probably be better is if I write down mine,
Yep, go ahead.
and then you write down yours.
I can do that.
Okay.
So,
So that's my hitter. I as my pitcher. Let's see. I'll have to look at the pitching matchups today. So,
okay. Well, I'm going to go with Blake Snell. I think I was going to toss up between those two, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. So I think to get some points, I think Snell's going to give me some points there.
So as for pitchers, I'm probably gonna go with Garrett Cole.
Okay. So you're going with the Yankee guy. All right. So my AL hitter. Wow, where do I want to go? Let's see here. We'll go with that team. So I will go with Bo Bichette for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's a shortstop. I think we're gonna get some power from him today.
Also for my pitcher, I'm going with undecided. No, I'm kidding. Joke on the White Sox for not having the decided what their pitcher is going to be yet. But for my pitcher, I'm also going to go with Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers.
All right. So let's see here. So I need a pitcher from the American League team. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to take the White Sox pitcher in Game 2. I know it's undecided, but I am. I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to go if I was at the roulette table, all in on 0-0 green. So I will take the undecided pitcher in the White Sox second game.
Okay.
So you got a hitter left, I think, in the American League.
Yeah. I'm gonna go probably the best guy on my favorite team, Joey Gallo.
Okay.
Thought about going Nate Lowe, but I'm not going to do that. I wanted to go David Dahl today, but I found out he's not going to be playing.
Okay. So who'd you take?
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo. Okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. So.
Yes. So that leads down to the final topic before we close this off.
Yes. What do we got?
My dad literally found this on a curb of a on the street curb, and it has to deal with Pete Rose. I'll go get it out real quick.
All right. So Nate's dad might have found himself some treasures out there, and
let me
go full screen, Nate. Go full screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why don't you? No kidding. Your dad found that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I would wow.
So I'm gonna probably hang that up above the green screen right there.
Okay. No, that's good. I would actually get it looked at. It looks like is it a poster or what was it actually?
A poster of Pete Rose from when he was playing.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, why would somebody want to get rid? I mean,
well,
trade it, sure, but trash garbage.
Yeah, some people, I mean, some value in replica stuff ain't there, but sometimes it is. If it's not an original, I mean, the value is definitely not there, but I mean, it's still a good piece. I mean, yeah, I don't know why people, just all of a sudden collect something and decide, we're just going to toss it out here, so.
Maybe I should make that the Sports Status cover photo.
There you go. So, but, yeah, no, great find by your dad. I mean, he's, he probably knows a little bit about Pete Rose himself and, watched him play in his younger days, so.
All right, so that's all I had. Anything else before we get this to close?
No, beautiful Sunday day here in Minnesota. Twins are postponed due to COVID-related issues. Hopefully we have some good games. I'm looking forward to catching some of the Dodgers-Padres games, Snell versus Bauer. I think that's going to be a phenomenal game today. Outside of that, tonight we have Between the Ropes. They'll be talking Raw SmackDown, and they always have their top three question topics.
Yeah.
Led by Ace himself and Mess Around and Sarge and the Viper. Tuesday, we got a big debate coming up between Adam Barber and his brother, J-Mac. So hopefully we can hype that up and get some little friendly brother rivalry going. Mama Barber has taken a vow of silence. She will not comment on what she thinks. So,
hey,
Mom, stay neutral.
I will say this: take my wins aside from the triple threat debate.
Yeah.
Last time that we had a brother versus brother debate, J-Mac won 2-1.
Yeah. So. But actually, speaking of debates, how did your debate go? You had one Thursday?
I lost.
Okay.
I lost 2-1 to Tim. So the first first question was what's the most important position of in a baseball game? What's the
Okay.
most important position? I picked pitcher, and Tim
Yeah.
picked catcher.
Both
Yeah.
very respectable answers. I mean, there's, for
And
me, I think.
Second question. Yeah, the second question is what really confused me because I was told I was supposed to give all that information in 1 minute.
Okay.
So this is a 3-part question, 2-part question. First off, do you agree that the MLB should expand? What's your viewpoint on it?
Okay.
And where?
Okay.
I said that I don't think MLB should expand. So what got the credit for Tim is he said that he thinks they should expand and they think they should expand to Nashville.
Okay. Yeah. Relocating.
Relocating, yeah.
Yeah, relocating would be a better option. Expanding, yeah. We don't need to expand right now. I mean, there's so many teams out there, and I mean, if anything, let's move a Florida team out. I mean, they got what, 2-3 teams. Let's move. There's 2 in Florida.
The third question is the one that I won.
Okay.
Third question is the one that I won, and that is, do you think that the DH rule should be how it is, or do you think it should be on both sides?
Okay. What was your?
I said that I don't. I think it should be on both sides because whatever rule you have in one league, then you should have in another. It's like saying, I'm just throwing on a random example. It's like saying that the fair catch. That there shouldn't be a fair catch in football for the Denver Broncos, but there should be a fair catch in football for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, good comparison, I guess. I mean, being an old school guy, DH has always been in the American League, not in the National League. So a lot of old school guys don't want to see it changed. But if it does, it does. I mean, the DH is just a way to prolong some careers like Cruz and Edgar Martinez back in the day. And, so
yeah.
I get it. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but I wouldn't be for it. Yeah. I kind of like watching the pitchers hit. But to compare it to other rules, good comparison. I'm glad you won that, little question there. So,
this has been Nate the Great and Brandon signing out for now.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.